Podcast Network Asia.
Hello! We're here for a very special episode.
Hell yeah, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Don't be in a sit close.
If you're watching video, you know the OG Filipino stand-up comedian
Husky
is
boy.
here. Yeah. OG Husky Boy, Rex
Still
Navarrete
husky,
is here.
husky light.
You don't look like you age, man. Like the first time I
Really?
saw you live, you still look the same now.
Yeah.
You still get a little bit white on your mustache.
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
yeah.
I need to show my maturity. That I'm one of the
In
elder,
appearance
I'm
only,
one
not
of
in material.
The elder dragons.
Yeah. So Rex Navarrete is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey!
First time ever in
First time ever here
in my podcast,
Yes.
Bago Matulog.
Oh my gosh.
But I've opened for Rex many times.
Many times.
And I would be
Well,
catching your show on Saturday. Yeah.
we did Sevs together.
It's
Oh my God, it was the hottest, literally one of the hottest sauna
But
performances there in Manila.
I was just telling some of the guys before, because we recorded an episode before this, that when I did your show, and you had like a cover charge of like 1.5 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I think you were taking home most of it, and I'm like, man, this guy just made like fucking 50, 70K in one day. And it was just like that. He just did a set, and I want to be like that. That wouldn't be a bad thing to have like a
I know.
like a Saturday night take home that much money.
Oh
That-
man,
that's
that's
great. Yeah.
just like that's the natural evolution of the hustle, and it takes decades.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, it takes a lot of
Definitely.
years. But I wouldn't mind filling up the venues you're filling. Just shut up, Mr. Ollero. You're doing quite fine.
I'm riding the wave now, seeing that I'm pretty sure it's gonna come down some point in time when there was a better version of me gonna be stepping up. So that's gonna happen.
We're always growing. We're
Yeah.
always growing, man.
Yeah.
So.
Especially Red.
I think what's great about stand-up comedy is you can keep doing this until you
Exactly.
fucking die.
Yeah, I mean,
and you'll just
really,
get better.
We do not need the use of our legs.
Yeah.
In this business called stand up.
Yeah.
We
We
can
could just be
sit
hoisted
down.
up. Yeah, we can actually
We
sit
can
down.
sit
Yeah.
down and on a beautiful couch like this
Yes,
and have
exactly.
a career.
That's
Yeah.
why podcasting is like almost second nature to stand-up
Yeah,
comedy.
it's so easy to talk
It's
with.
just easy
Right,
to talk.
right. Yeah,
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 yeah.
exactly.
So, man, Rex, we're gonna talk more about Rex Navarrete's. I don't know. We're just gonna talk.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do it right after this very unnecessary to the through the magic of editing, we inserted an OBB there. Rex didn't see it.
I didn't.
Yeah, didn't see it, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just take my word for it. It's a
I-
pretty good intro.
I trust you. This is all about trust.
Thank you. But we were talking about Sevs a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
And that was just a restaurant behind the hotel.
Or
Yeah.
underneath. It was
Underneath-
something underneath.
like a
behind
dungeon.
Something.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
my
happened to
God.
Sam's right now?
What happened?
It's now a septic tank for the hotel. I'm not joking.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
They closed
god.
it.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It went to the shits. Literally.
Literally.
Went to the shits.
Yeah. And that was the first time I opened for Rex, and I was like, man, I want his shit. That's what I wanted. So that's why I kind of like, I always credit you, man. Like I always tell people that I wouldn't think I would have enjoyed stand up if I hadn't heard your shit on CDs, and I wouldn't think I would have like a track in line if I didn't see how you do it. So man, thank you
Hey,
so much.
I've
man.
had mentors, and
Yeah.
it's my turn.
Yeah.
It's my turn
Mm.
to make sure you guys, the next gen, is doing it on the right path.
Yes.
Too. You know, because there's a lot of bad ways to do this.
There's a lot. It's
Seriously,
very
a
easy
lot
because
of
it's
bad ways to do this.
the ethics of stand-up comedy is very based on just human decency. It's
Yeah.
just, there's not gonna be cops telling you on like, hey, you're jacking other people's shit. It's just decency.
Yeah, it's just the built-in like you shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
It shouldn't
exactly.
even be a rule. You just shouldn't.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
don't do that
Yeah.
because you're gonna get caught.
Yeah, we're talking about the initial ethics, the foundation ethics of stand-up comedy as a whole is be original because it is very solely dependent on a person's view or like a person's point of view. So
Yeah.
if you're jacking other people's shit,
Yeah, you'll never have
Yeah.
your own point of view because
Exactly.
you're borrowing or taking from other people
yeah,
who've already established their own voice.
Yeah.
And just because you're a big fan of their voice doesn't mean you
Yeah.
got to borrow from them because
Exactly.
you'll never find your path.
and your shit is almost like everybody. I feel like has a derivative of stuff you've done. Because I remember getting a book called "You Know You're Filipino If," and it's probably half of it I've already heard in your jokes.
Yeah, I
Lip
was way,
pointing,
I was
the
way before
fucking
that.
the thing.
I was way before BuzzFeed.
exactly.
Jeez,
Exactly, yeah.
All that stuff is pretty much
Yeah.
I've covered it already.
yeah.
I don't know if it's all mine, but I covered it.
Yeah.
You know, it's been covered. Please, guys, move on to some other stuff besides lumpia.
And and I think as a Filipino comedian myself, when
Isn't that first of all? Isn't that cool to hear? A Filipino comedian.
Oh, yeah.
Like
'Cause
wow, this
you
is what
probably it's cooler to hear from you because
I know
you're
because
probably the only one.
I've been waiting for this. I mean, I'm a Phil M comic
Yeah.
who happens to do comedy
Yeah,
since
he-
2002 in the Philippines.
Yes.
But there was no Filipino
Yeah,
comics or
yeah.
Filipina comics. Oh my God! So finally, here I am. I'm I'm floating in Filipino comic soup.
Yeah,
Here,
you've
so
got
it's
you've
great.
got you've got comics eating with you. Like you'll never run out of comedians now.
I know.
To
You know what? I'm glad.
you're gonna be part of a.
I asked for
You're
this.
going to an open mic later with 27 comedians
know.
in the lineup.
Hey man, hey man, that's, what a stark contrast to 2002. I would have to do 2.5 hour shows,
Oh,
opening,
shit.
featuring, and headlining for myself. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you come to my show, there's no opener.
Yeah.
I had to literally give myself my own
Yeah.
intro from backstage.
Oh my God.
That's how it was. It
Yeah.
was you guys weren't around yet.
No.
I mean, you were
No,
in the
like,
audience. I might have met you as younger guys.
I probably caught you in the mall somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So at least I was there doing my part, not
Mm-hmm.
just doing my performance, but also like, are you guys out there? Please, here. This is how you do it. If you need any tips, talk to me
Yeah.
after the show.
And I think hearing you talk about things that we can relate about kind of like enables us to say that our experiences can be relevant.
Yeah.
You know, there's an audience for people hearing about your very Filipino experiences and observations. So I think that's the biggest thing that happened here when you're the first one. Are you really the first one? Was there like an ancient Filipino stand-up comedian that you've met and
No.
was
I
just doing lumpia
and if
jokes
there
somewhere?
was, and I know a few of their names, but they never came out as Filipino. It was
Yeah.
it was a time in stand up and in the States where Filipinos are what? What
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah, we don't know.
So we just kind of blended in with either being Latino almost or being other Asian
yeah,
almost
yeah.
or totally ambiguous.
Yeah.
Filipino, the only ones I knew were Andy Bumatay from Hawaii,
Mm-hmm.
Ron Muriera from San Francisco, who did sometimes stand-up but mostly improv.
Uh-huh.
But Andy Bumatay, he was the guy doing actual stand-up in Hawaii.
Oh.
So I could relate to Islander and mixed Asian kind of background kind of material, but you had to be kind of in that niche kind of fandom to listen to Andy Bumatay.
And were they like ahead of you?
Oh yeah,
or-
much
oh,
older.
Oh,
Much
okay.
older.
So you got to watch them.
I was a kid just listening to Andy,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I got to college, I got to meet up with Ron Muriera,
Uh-huh.
who had a history already before I met him,
Oh.
doing stand-up and improv in San Francisco, and then he eventually went into theater and film and stuff like that. But and then there's Rob Schneider.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
there you
yeah,
go.
Rob.
Yeah,
But
Rob. Yeah.
he was never like to go full on Filipino. He
Doesn't,
can
yeah.
mention it.
And he's more known as an actor.
Yeah,
Well,
and
guy, guy's
that
got
kinda
blue
guy.
eyes too.
So he
I
doesn't-
met him, man. I met him once, and I'm like, this
Yeah,
guy.
and
is-
I met
yeah,
him. I met
yeah.
him a few times. Yeah, so it's like, you're Filipino. Yeah. Well, your mom's Filipino, so you know what? His
Yeah.
mom's Filipino, and
Mhm.
but he never went full on. So
Yeah.
it's like you can be part Filipino, mention it, and
Yeah.
then move on to your regular mainstream
Is
material.
it because they weren't really exposed to the culture like you were, or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, at that point, hey, look at me. I obviously look Filipino. I really can't get away with being, mestizo or
Yeah, yeah.
mixed race.
Yeah.
I'm Filipino, so you know what? Since day one, I've had to say I'm Filipino. The material's all gonna be
You can't
Phil Am.
escape it.
I can't. So I can't get this. Oh, you know what? This is it. If I'm gonna
Yeah.
if there's only be one guy to do it, it'll be me. And so I inadvertently created the genre called Phil Am stand-up comedy.
Yeah. And that's
know?
everyone
I
coming
mean, there,
after you.
I mean, there was others like Al Manalo and
Yeah.
Kennedy Cabasares who worked out also alongside with me in San Francisco,
Mhm.
but they went off to do other things,
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah.
But I was the only one kind of left behind.
Yeah.
So like, hey
Just doing
Rex, it's
stand-up.
all you, bro. It's all you. Okay, here we go.
And then, must be like when you were coming up. Obviously, you weren't just attracting just Filipinos, right? You were probably in open mics. You were in showcases.
Yeah, yeah,
And then were you also always just doing the Filipino perspective jokes kind of things?
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people complain. Well, I get it. It's in English. Do you get
Yeah.
English? I speak English. And if there's any non-English, I
Yeah.
will translate the best I can because
Yeah.
I don't want to leave anyone out.
Yeah.
Because this is my opportunity to push
Mm-hmm.
anything Filipino culture because we've been swept under the rug
Yeah.
so much during the 80s and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
It's like stand-up is one of the only art forms where you can like overload.
Yeah.
Where they say, okay, we get it. You're Filipino. You're one of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly. We've been Americans for a long time. So what's the problem? Will you get it? It's in English. Jeez, come on. Oh, you want it in Canadian? I can do Canadian.
So you made sure they would understand your perspective.
Yeah. It's the American story.
Yeah.
That's what it is. The material, no different than George Lopez. No
Oh,
different.
yeah, exactly. Right.
No different than like Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Come on, really, it's no different.
It's just sharing your culture to the other people.
Yeah, and
That's
it just reestablishes like America is very multicultural.
Exactly.
And if you don't understand that, you may never understand that. So
Yeah.
you know what, you're late to the game. Am I here to teach you how America works?
If you don't get it that time, you'll never get it.
I know. It's
Yeah.
so you know what? It's like I started at a time where Margaret Cho
Yeah.
was coming up in San Francisco.
Shit.
And that was a good time because finally we can have an alternative face to the neighborhood that I grew up in San Francisco. Margaret took the lead, and then Rob Schneider took the lead.
Yeah.
He mentioned being Filipino now and then, but
Yeah.
we get it.
Yeah.
This is how Hollywood works.
Yeah.
They don't want you to
They
go
don't-
full on.
Exactly.
You gotta
Especially back then.
you gotta cross over.
Now it's all about like diversity.
I know.
Yeah.
You got to cross over. Man. Cross over. You need to reach a wider audience. Did
Yeah.
you say whiter or wider?
both.
Both. Exactly. So I said, screw that. I'm just.
Red
if-
fits one of those categories.
I mean, if I'm gonna just do overload with the Filipino stuff, I will slowly build my own fan base.
Yeah.
Who understands that? A face like this, a guy like this, may not be always the choice in
But
Hollywood.
when you were making your jokes, like, was it a conscious decision to talk about your culture, or was it just what's what you're feeling?
Yeah,
you know?
it's there. I'm
Yeah.
just I think for every writer, you should write what you know.
Yeah.
And that's just what I did. I
Yeah.
just I mean, it happens to be Filipino, and apparently the stories are hilarious. So what am I gonna
Fuck
do?
yeah,
Fight
man.
it? What am I gonna do? Like deny? I just happen to be Filipino, and the stories are hilarious.
Yeah.
So you're sitting on a gold mine.
Exactly.
So
I was the same way when I started. I didn't want to talk about being fat, and I'm like, because I don't want to be branded. Like, it's just a stupid thing that you have in your mind. And then I did like a fat joke, and everybody laughed, and I'm like, I have a gold mine sitting
there
right
you
here.
go. It's like, So you know what? No, talk about what you know.
Yeah.
And then once you do, people will get past that and
Yeah.
like engage whatever else
Yeah.
you throw at them. So it's just one part of your story. It's not all of
And
your
then
Now
story.
there are 8 fat comedians who want to be
I've
like
inspired. I've inspired a generation of fatties.
Screw Peloton. It's about pulutan. Okay.
Is it? When did it really start rolling? Because I remember specifically hearing your shit over the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Flash animation, SBC
Yes,
Packers,
SBC.
Marites.
Napster.
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely. And it's even like pre-YouTube.
Yeah.
It's
fuck
like
Of course.
files that are just being passed to you,
Yeah.
and then some guy, I just saw
You have
this.
to download it
Yeah,
from a
download
specific
it.
website.
Yeah, hopefully you won't get any
Give your
viruses.
computer a
Hey
virus.
man, thanks to Napster and screw you, Napster. You are a big part of my career.
And then, how did you like going viral before? Wasn't really like a thing yet. Like nobody
No.
knew what it was.
No, so I relied on the old way, word of mouth.
How did it feel? Like, how did
well,
it unravel
it was
to you?
slow, but
Yeah.
in those days, word of mouth meant if you made a fan, you got a fan for life.
Yeah.
You know,
Definitely.
now everyone could just unfollow you. You know, it's like I'm.
If it's a
I'm-
person who's seeking you out before, definitely it's gonna be a fan.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So I'm proud to say that
Yeah.
all the fans I've had since the beginning of my career
yeah.
are still with me.
Yeah.
Oh hell
And
yeah.
Yeah.
their kids are now listening to my stuff. You know,
It's funny you mentioned that because I have a friend, a comic friend.
Yeah.
He's 27. I'm 34.
Yeah.
So it's stood the test of time. The material. Actually.
Yes, good.
It's
No,
still
bec-
fucking hilarious.
thank you. No, because I made it a point to make sure my material is sort of timeless.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it can
Most of
apply
them.
to any
Amazing.
decade
Yeah.
that's coming at me.
Yeah.
So and I try to keep it just relevant.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's some stuff maybe to get away with, you know, but you retire that really quick.
It's almost to a point that when people haven't heard of Rex Navarrete, I get like a sort of excitement because I get to share.
Oh.
You know, like things like, oh well, you listen to
Let me show you which well I've been drinking
which
from.
one would you wanna let me show you how I've been developed as a child.
There you go. What traumatized made me into the comic you love.
And it's not even like I think listening to your stuff, not just being Filipino, but more of like you talked about Star Wars. You know, you
Yeah.
talked about like and how that culture like intersects
Yeah.
when you had like an R2D2 rice cooker
Yes,
thing kind
yes,
of thing.
yes.
So that was very refreshing to me because
Princess Leia with the and some other hair.
yes,
There
the
we go.
buns, yeah. Yeah.
There's
yeah.
ants.
There's ants in your hair.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Even to this day, how did I write that?
Yeah, that's what that was gonna be the
don't know
question.
How? Where was I in my life?
Yeah.
Where I was writing ridiculous tags to
Like
bits like
Star
that.
Wars Filipino culture
Yeah.
intersections.
Yeah, and then later, Marites.
Yeah,
And
and the
so
Super
the
Friends,
Super
exactly.
Friends. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
I don't know. I was in a different mind state,
Yeah.
but you know, now that I'm older, it's like good. I'm glad I
Did-
got through
did
that.
these people that animated your stuff, did they contact you officially, or
For
was just
Marites?
like
No,
yeah
I worked on that. I
with the animator?
co-directed.
Oh, okay.
with
But
Dino-
the SBC one,
No, that was some other.
some guy.
Because Flash animation was cheap and easy
Yeah,
to do.
yeah.
And you know what? Good. Because
Yeah.
of that, it's like, hey, Dino,
was the first
let's
one.
collaborate. You
Yeah.
know, since he had a background in Flash animation, and we just worked on it for a few months,
Yeah.
and it came out awesome.
Yeah.
You know, so we gave it to the world.
Yeah.
You know, so Marites became a real big thing, and apparently, she's now part of the local vernacular.
Oh, yeah.
You
It
know,
means Karen.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. No, not
Chismosa.
Karen. Marites is chismosa.
Yeah,
Chismosa.
chismosa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone's got. I think that's Marites
Marites,
of the
yeah.
Super Friends is the original.
Did someone bring
Marites.
that up to you? Like, hey, they're calling.
Yeah.
people-
So it's like, whoa, really? She is.
It's like the official.
I know
term
she's the
for-
template
Yeah, yeah.
for the current Marites.
Uh-huh.
She's the original chismosa. She dished the dirt on the Super Friends.
It's a whole lot of things when people are finding out very Filipino things that people do,
Yeah.
and they don't even realize that he already laid that out in a CD
Yes, I know,
at some
right?
point in time.
What's a CD?
What's a CD? I don't know.
So if I don't have a CD, it never happened. Okay.
Yeah, so
That's right.
that's just crazy. Like lip pointing, man.
Yeah.
Lip pointing is such a thing that you made a joke about.
Yeah.
Things like that. I think the most Filipino thing that you observed and kind of like really established is really great, because sometimes you see these things and you take it for granted. You don't know.
Mhm.
The one thing you pointed out that I feel like really nailed it was when you're passing by and you're trying to
Between a crowd,
Yeah,
between people,
and you're trying
or
to
someone watching TV, and you put your hand out in front,
yes, exactly.
and that's when you become invisible.
Yeah,
That is our,
that's so good.
and that is the sharpest blade in the galaxy. If you're going through a crowded club, you just do that.
And that's like what? That's like a 4-minute bit, right?
yeah,
With just one of
just that. Just going, excuse me, pa. And then
Yeah.
that's how you disappear. It's
That's
like,
so great.
and you're
man.
just blocking
Yeah.
the TV. Just stuff like that. That I grew up with, and then coming back and forth between the States and the Philippines
Yeah.
every summer. So I just started accumulating
Yeah.
observations.
How long did you take to write those specials? Like you've had, I remember, 3 albums that are
Yeah.
Was that
Yeah, first album, Badly Brown.
Badly Brown,
Second
yeah.
one is Husky Boy.
Husky
yeah,
Boy.
Boy
And
Bastos.
then Bastos.
Yeah.
And then the DVDs, Hella
yeah.
Pinoy.
Yeah, Hella Pinoy.
Badass Madapaka. And the third one was Comic Organic.
Did you take like a year to write everything?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah. For those specials, I just made so many
Yeah.
in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
That's why I've taken a nice long break. It's like, wow,
Cash it in.
that is a lot of material, man.
That's a lot of material, man.
Like, whoa, was I gonna die or something? I need to get
You
this
wrote a
out,
lot of
get this out of my system, and I did.
You
It's
were
like,
grinding hard.
oh my
Yeah, man.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
Now that I think of it, I need to start a family.
Yeah.
I need to have a real normal life, and I took a break, and
Yeah.
and I did release one last CD,
Mhm.
which was live at Cobb's, San
Yeah.
Francisco. But the next thing now is like, now we're in the age of Netflix
Yeah.
and streaming. Why don't I just take, because when I shot my DVDs, oh my God, low res.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
But the material's there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe fans would be interested in maybe me doing a redo
Yeah.
of some of the best stuff.
Like greatest
now
hits,
in
yeah.
4K
Hell yeah.
on streaming
Yeah.
in Letterboxd.
I mean, you look the same.
You don't age, dude.
You look a little bit the same.
okay, all right, I'll take that. We're Filipinos.
Yeah. We don't age.
We don't age. we just smell funny. No, yeah. So
Yeah.
you know what? I maybe that would be it for
That would
this
be it.
for this new streaming generation.
The streaming platforms have created like a perfect clear track of where you want your career to go to.
Yeah.
It's do the shows, come up with a special, and hopefully that special gets to a point where they stream it in Netflix or whatever streaming platform.
Yeah, somewhere, or
Yeah.
just put it straight to YouTube.
Yeah, you can just
You
do
know,
that. Like
and
there's a
just
lot of people
Get
who
all
do
the
that.
likes and
Exactly.
monetize that.
Yeah.
Why not? They
Yeah.
cover production costs, but now you've got a worldwide audience. So a lot of comics are doing that. So you know what? Or maybe do an initial download for $5.
Yeah.
You can own my special.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of comics do that.
Yeah,
too.
so you know what? It's smart. So, don't forget the business aspect. Don't cut yourself short. So, I think it's time. I could do that.
Yeah,
There's
man.
a lot
Hell
of
yeah.
material.
You should. Like,
There's a lot of material I already have.
you guys hit up Rex on social media, hit up our social media, and if you want this to happen, I'm pretty sure we can get a buzz around it.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, I would. This next one, I promised New York that I would do it there.
Ooh.
I would shoot my next really streaming.
There's a lot of
type
Filipinos
project.
everywhere now.
Yeah,
so you
so-
can really just shoot it
Hey,
anywhere.
New York, I'm coming at you to do something
Yeah.
because I've done my specials already in LA and San Francisco, a little bit here
Yeah.
in Manila and Hawaii, but maybe New York.
What's like a year like? Like you're a working professional comedian.
yeah.
So how's it like? Do you still tour?
Yeah,
You-
just
you still use up
randomly.
the whole year?
I mean, I don't have a tour, but
Yeah.
I'll just like random gigs, a lot of private stuff.
Yeah,
So just anything to keep my
See.
keep me on my feet.
that's a life we all want.
Yeah, but but do what you're doing here. You guys, you've created a scene for yourself here.
Oh man,
And
thank you.
and it's an ecosystem that I get to take part of
yes,
as well.
exactly.
So good, it would be really sad if
It-
there was no stand-up comedy after all the work I've done. Oh
Yeah.
my God, you would.
We want to make sure you get to see it. You know.
I need collaborators.
You're gonna get to see 27 people doing dick
Oh
jokes.
yeah,
Tonight is all gonna be jerking off.
and you
jokes.
get paid in shomai.
it's funny because there's a lot of people. You're doing a show on Saturday.
Yeah.
By the time this comes out, this probably comes out on Thursday.
Yeah.
So doing a show on Saturday, please buy. It's on comedymanila.ph.
Yes.
And
Have a good lineup.
yeah,
It's gonna be Nace Cruz,
yeah.
Judd Gregorio,
Yeah.
and Ryan Puno,
who's
and
opened for you
we're
before.
gonna have a special spot with Isa Villaverde.
Oh,
fuck,
sure,
Isa.
that's great.
Yeah, I texted her today. Said, "You please just come and do a set,
Yeah, all right.
please, because it's all
She's
dudes.
great. She's
It's all dudes.
Oh yeah, we need a little bit of mix.
Yeah, let's mix it up. Come
Yeah,
on, because half my audience are women.
Yeah.
It's like it's all dudes.
And
We need to mix it up.
That's one big change that we have now. We have like women now. We used to have one woman.
I know, and the audience is
No.
also mostly women.
Yes,
so guys,
exactly.
never take that for granted.
Yeah.
You know?
I probably have like a 50%.
See?
Like a 50-50.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Crazy. It's mostly
'cause-
moms. I don't know why. Yeah.
What? Well, I don't. Hey, take them as you can. But, hey, they're fans.
Yeah.
They're paying. They're supporting
Yeah.
you, and they love the material.
They're
so
great.
you know
they're great.
what?
Yeah. It's like I have friends who are like, "Hey, can you hook me up with tickets?" Like, "Oh, I'll give you 2." And thinking that they would bring a date, they would bring their mom. Like, oh, my mom's a
Ah.
big fan. Like, all right.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm expecting that a whole bunch of titas are coming
yeah.
to my show.
That he has a
You have
coming
cute
out.
bunso energy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
yeah,
maybe.
man. So
But I think it's like JR is also attracting some titas.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
JR de Guzman.
yeah, the Cougars.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
bringing in the Cougars.
But you're gonna see JR de Guzman was here, did Soler.
yeah.
You're gonna do Music Museum. I think Ron Josel is coming
Yay.
later on this year.
All right.
And I'm very, very proud when these comedians come here and then they see our scene, and you know, people are going because there's already comedy fans here. You know, so I mean, it's still the start of everything. I feel like.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
still just starting.
oh, definitely.
technically.
We're not as established as America, definitely, but we have like an open mic every day now.
Mhm.
You
Hey,
know, that's
you're-
crazy.
That's crazy.
You're doing better than Vietnam.
That's fine. That's the primary competitor.
Live and tonight. Okay, everybody, no talking. Keep your table talk to minimum. There are 2 drink minimum. Okay.
Oh my god! But there's a scene there, like there's a small scene there. I
Yeah, it's
think,
that dude. It's
Vietnam.
that guy.
Yeah, it's and then I
Jimmy
think
Trung.
all the
Yeah.
all the streaming internet kind of things. I think it just made stand up available to everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I didn't have any of this
Yeah.
back in the day. It was all word of mouth,
Yeah.
emails,
Yeah.
Literal flyers. You know,
We don't do that anymore.
cassette tapes. You know, sending them to like bookers and like, cassette,
Yeah.
really? You know how many
Yeah.
cassettes were going around the
I've
world?
probably lost your CDs 3 times already because I keep lending it to people and
Oh
they don't. They
God!
don't yeah.
Remind me, I'll bring you some a new
I still have
new
it.
batch.
You
Yeah.
signed my CDs for me.
I'll sign
the
them
last
ag-
the last
oh,
batch.
Man, see, those are collector items, man.
Exactly.
These
What if
people
he
don't
sold
know
them?
No, I didn't sold. I didn't sell them. It's what paid for my recording equipment.
Yeah, there you go. On eBay.
Hustling, pal. Hustling.
Somewhere out there is like, dear Red, you killed it tonight.
Yeah. I'll bring some more next
Yeah,
time.
there you go.
No, I have no merch.
I've actually thought of just like for the heck of it because all the people that I saw, especially you, like, you had CDs and I came up at a time that everybody's streaming now, but it would be cool to have like a CD.
That's actually
Right?
right. It's a collector's item.
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
yeah.
I would like to have like a LP, an actual record.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like
oh,
vinyl.
like a vinyl.
Oh my God!
Oh, that
you
would
know,
be great. Eddie Murphy had
Yeah.
vinyls. Yeah.
yeah. But now in 2023, 24, like a limited edition vinyl
Yeah,
album.
there's a lot of people who are into
Right.
analog, so
Right.
that might be a thing.
Because those back in the day when the first comedy albums were recorded, they were called party albums,
Yeah. Oh, all right.
and it was Red Fox.
oh, Red Fox. Yeah.
Red Fox on
It's
vinyl.
going really old
All you
school.
had to do, is just play Red Fox's album,
Yeah.
his records, and that was the party.
Oh,
That was a
so
party
everybody
album.
was just listening to.
Yeah, just listen and just
Damn,
play
yeah.
it, man.
It's like a watch party.
Yeah, it was a listening
Listen
party
party,
back
yeah.
in the day, but yeah, specifically, for those comics in the
Would be cool to do
60s.
that.
Oh my God, they had like albums.
A lot of they just realized a lot of the stuff that I got to hear about you were just audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, and did you write your jokes in particular knowing that it's gonna be just audio, so you can't do a lot
Act out.
of like there's a
Exactly.
huge
Yeah.
thing
yeah.
that you're missing there.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no! It was for the CDs,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the audio CDs. Yeah, I made sure that no physical bits, none of that.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's
So,
Oh man.
so,
I do
and
like
then when I
half
did,
physical bits.
and then when I shot the DVDs,
Yeah.
now I can do my physical
yeah,
bits.
There you go.
You know, now they can see the expression on my face. They can see the characters I morph into.
Yeah.
But for audio CD, oh yeah, you better make it a radio show. It is a radio show.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
crazy. Like you don't even think about that now.
Now
like you don't
it's-
even think that there's gonna be an audio here. It's just gonna be
well,
an audio
you know,
thing.
I grew up in a
Yeah.
time where you had to have a little bit of theater.
Yeah.
background,
Yeah.
you know, and also radio.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be doing, you know, basically, if you want to put a product out there, no one's going to see you. So you're going to have to create the visuals
Yeah.
for them.
You make a
You
great
know?
dude. You have a radio voice, man. Smooth voice, man.
Oh, I
Got a
could
good-
land a plane with this voice. Attention for the cockpit. We're going to be crashing into the mountainside. Not all of you will make it, so
We're gonna die, but that
start
die
texting
sounds
your,
really nice.
text your loved ones once we come into you know, Wi-Fi range.
That's great, man. Like it's crazy. I would totally. I think would still listen to some of your things. I think it holds up.
Thank you.
Okay, it's an
Thank you.
it's
The
and,
bar bit. God,
and then just realizing
Which bit?
yung titi bar.
Oh,
the bar.
oh my God.
No.
That's right.
Yeah.
The that's part of the airplane bit. Oh my God! Thanks. I'll use that Saturday. A
That's
lot of
what
stuff.
I was gonna ask.
A lot of
like,
stuff gets
yeah,
forgotten.
yeah, exactly. Like,
Thanks, guys.
I was gonna ask, like, are there stuff that you forget and then, yo, hey, I haven't done this bit. I'm
you
gonna do
know
this
what-
tomorrow.
You know what?
Yeah?
That's funny because one of my best comedy buddies back in the States, he's coming here
Yeah.
to play with you guys very soon.
Oh shit.
Dan Gabriel.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
he's a Filipino
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well
yeah.
from the San Francisco Bay Area. You know, his nicest compliment of my work is like, Rex has forgotten more material than most comics currently have.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, whoa, thanks,
have a
Dan.
lot of
Yeah, it's,
material.
You know, it's like, yeah, you know. It's
I'm
like,
pretty sure not all your materials got recorded.
of course.
It's sitting in a
No,
it's sitting
they're
in an
still
old
sitting in my
notebook
notebook,
somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, please let me out. Work
Oh,
on me. Give me some stage time. Yeah, so they're there. And I mean, I put everything, I transcribed everything pretty much to my notes app.
Yeah.
And I'm still looking at them. Are you ready?
Are you ready for
I
this?
don't know. It may be too soon.
So you also like have material written and you feel like it's not ready for it, and then maybe like 10 years later you come back to it.
yeah,
and
sure.
Then,
Why not?
shit,
I mean,
yeah.
if you could see you having that longevity,
Yeah.
like time is just whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and some bits deserve to simmer.
Yeah. And
You know?
sometimes it just takes like a certain kind of like, I guess, light bulb moment.
Yeah.
When you're just like, oh, now I can finally make
Now.
this shit work. You know?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Because you got to be comfortable in your own skin and what's going on
Yeah.
outside of you.
Yeah. Plus you get better over time.
Yeah. Better means you're more confident.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get a little more courage because
Yeah.
I'm not ready for this one yet.
Yeah.
This is not ready. You know, it's like,
Like
God,
It's
when
like
is this going to happen?
long act out, you know.
Yeah.
Like the worst thing is like when you have like when you're trying out this a long act out and nobody's into
Oh my
it.
god.
Yeah.
And you have to do the character
and
voices.
That is the classroom.
Yeah.
That is like,
Yeah.
oh God, you shown the light to it.
Oh my
You
god.
exposed it to sunlight.
Yeah.
It's like
Committing
ah.
something with it's
Yeah,
5 minutes.
but
in.
then
Oh,
again,
God.
And
Yeah.
and you always have to be, terrified
Yeah.
and worried about it. Like it is a creation,
Yeah.
and you want the best for it. But sometimes, if you give it a little, a little taste for
Yeah.
everybody, and just to see how it feels, and then that becomes SBC Packers.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Because that bit
Yeah.
was not easy to write in
Yeah.
the beginning. Because where am I going with this? You
It's
know?
a lot. Like it's the back and forth, the format of it being like an interview, things like that. It's a
You
whole
got two
scenario,
characters
two characters,
interacting, and you got to make sure that you are gotta
weaving
be
the stories with the
yeah,
puns and
you got to be
everything.
tight on the enunciations.
Yeah.
The pronunciation.
Yeah.
Delivery. It is all delivery.
Shit, man.
Yeah, so it's like it is an acrobatic piece.
Yeah.
So
And it's not something that you can like fumble on.
No.
And then come back
Oh
to.
no,
You can't, right?
save
Yeah.
it. If you screw it,
You screw it, it's done.
oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
And you get the sequences wrong. So
Yeah.
maybe younger me when I first started doing that, this is rough. I mean, the gist is there, but man,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
some
yeah.
hard, sharp edges.
Yeah.
It's not smooth yet,
Yeah.
but you know how you make it smooth? Keep doing
Keep
it.
doing it,
Yes.
yeah.
Keep sucking at
Yeah,
it
yeah.
inside your own head. And
The
keep
process
doing
of
it.
all
And
that,
then next
yeah.
thing you know, it's like, please do that bit.
And sometimes it's like just the smallest thing that
Yeah.
fuck it up. Like I
Yeah.
had a joke that I keep doing, I can't make it work, and I just like switched up 2 lines.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
You know
It's
what?
great.
Sometimes it is just grammar
Yeah.
or word
or
placement.
wordplay. Yeah, word
Oh my
placements.
God! It's just
Yeah.
word
And
placement.
it's so easy to fuck up. Just mispronounce
Yeah.
one. Oh fuck!
Yeah.
I
I'm
know.
fucked forever.
No, but I
Yeah.
keep stressing out with a lot of like also like comedians today, like the art of the act out is very hard, and
yeah.
I think this like when you're watching like a lot of people do comedy, I don't think people realize that like the best jokes has the best act outs because I guess it's not entirely like an act out character act out kind of thing, you know.
Okay.
So like GB does an act out really well. You do an act out really well. And the good really good act outs are the stuff that you have to be flawless with it. Like you can't be like fucking
No, you can't half-ass it.
Yeah, you can't.
you can't
And
giggle in
you have to
between.
be embedded.
You can't miss
You got to stay in
yeah.
character.
yeah, you can't
You got
you can't
to.
stammer, you can't stutter.
I know.
Oh god.
I know. It takes a lot
So
of range. Acting.
Yeah.
There's some acting.
Yeah,
I mean,
acting.
stand-up comics are also actors.
Yeah.
So don't forget that
Yeah.
aspect of what we do. We
Yeah.
are actors, so you got to commit.
Oh,
You know, like you're an operative.
Yeah.
You have to commit. Stay
Yeah.
to character.
Because you're painting a picture
Yeah.
of this dialogue, and it takes a long time to convince them of that picture you're trying to paint.
Yeah.
To maintain it with the dialogue and how you're going back and forth while doing all the punchlines, hitting all the punchlines and shit like that,
Yeah.
properly enunciating and everything. God damn, it's so hard.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So it is, like I said, it's acrobatics.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
going on, and so
Wish
you're
people-
multitasking.
I wish
Yeah.
people knew how hard this was. Don't you think so?
Well,
Yeah.
that's the
yeah.
problem with stand-up, I think, is that if you do it well, it looks easy. 'Cause
Yeah,
it looks
and
like
then
you're
they
just-
think that
yeah.
they can help you during the act. Like, I'm helping. Shut up.
No.
Stop talking. But I'm helping. I could do this and get up on stage, asshole.
No, shut up.
Yeah, shut
There's a
up.
reason you're watching.
That's
this
why
shit.
you're paying cover,
Yes,
not me. You're the true
Oh,
two-drink
God.
minimum, not me. You know, no. It's like, come on, this takes months, years of doing it. You just can't be like, yeah, this is easy. No, it's not.
Yeah.
This is public speaking, one of the most terrifying things. And then trying to
Yeah.
make people laugh is the second worst fear. Really, getting up on stage, first fear. Second, making people laugh.
You're very consistent with your shit though. Like I've heard you do the same bit, and you always hit it at the right time, and then it's different crowds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you find a way to time it so you get to that point where you want to get at. You
Yeah,
know, it's
sometimes,
fucking
But at
hard,
the
man.
same time, I'm reading the audience
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm making micro adjustments
Yeah,
to
exactly.
the tempo.
Yeah,
You know, you have to.
the rhythm of it all.
Yeah,
right?
because you got to let them breathe.
yeah,
You know, you don't want to step over your own lines.
exactly.
Because they're not done
Yeah.
enjoying the last thing you
Exactly.
just said.
That's-
Let them breathe.
yeah,
Wait for that count
Yeah.
and then go. Keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
And then let them laugh. Let them breathe, and then keep going.
Oh
so
my God.
you never want to step over your own shoelaces.
How
you
long?
know.
How long did it take for you to be? You feel like a maestro in
Dude,
that.
it never stops. It's seriously because now when I'm looking at the new bits,
Yeah.
it's the same thing over
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
It's like you're back to square
The
one.
same
now
problems
with a
you're
new
encountering.
bit.
Yeah.
You know, it's the consistency of that. That'll never change. You know, I mean, the past bits, I'm good.
Mhm.
I can do them easily now and still have fun with them. Maybe switch the tempos around. But the new bits,
Yeah.
those are scary. I'm back to square one, being terrified. Oh my God, how's this
Oh, yeah.
gonna?
It's the same thing.
How is this structured? First of all, the skeleton,
Yeah.
the foundation of it, and then
How it's gonna be inserted in
oh
your
my
set.
God, yeah,
yeah.
and then the fine touches. Oh
Yeah.
man,
I'm so happy that the fear never goes away. So stand up.
no, it never goes away.
It's very relieving to hear
From
from
Rex
him
Navarrete.
Dude,
to just say, all right. So you're going through what I'm going through.
Yeah.
it never changes. Dude, this is what 34
Fuck. How long?
years.
34 years?
Yeah,
Jesus.
34 years.
Damn.
It
You're as
never
old,
changes.
Red, you're as old as Rex's
Rex's career,
career.
yeah.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
dude.
Since my first, step on stage. Yeah, in '89.
Yeah.
Yeah, it never changes. Seriously, you talk to the best, the ones who've been out there doing it. Like, dude, is it ever changed? No, because that's why they're open micing and just like workshopping their bits.
don't you think it's because that's why it's so interesting? That's why we keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
right?
love-
Because it's always getting challenged.
Yeah, we love
yeah.
the challenge. We love the fear.
Yeah, the
We're stunt people. That's what we are. You know, we're deathly afraid of heights, but
Oh,
we keep going
we
to
keep
the
going
edge.
through it. Yeah,
You know, that's me. I'm afraid of heights in real life,
There's
but this
always-
is worse than actually
always a
acrophobia.
time when you're going up on stage, and like I had Ron do a guest set in one of my shows,
Yeah.
and I was like, he fucking killed it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck. You get that nervousness, like, yo, man, how can I follow you? Are you kidding me? Do people? Ron was telling me things that you already know, but you don't give a fuck. You'll get nervous.
Yeah.
Your mind will find a way to make you
Yeah.
nervous. You
Yeah,
know.
but
Yeah.
then when you do have to follow someone who had a killer set,
Yeah.
let that inspire you. Oh my
Oh,
God,
shit, yeah.
maybe I'll have a killer set.
Well,
you
I
know?
wish that we always feel that way.
Yeah. No, but don't forget. You know, that's because
Yeah.
because their success should be your success
yeah,
too.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
now, oh my God, the level of appreciation
Yeah.
in this show has
Yeah.
gone up, and I'm next, and I'm gonna keep that standard up. So
I
you know,
al-
it's a nice tag team kind
Yeah,
of thing.
Yeah.
You know.
I always have this theory that we have the worst minds for being nervous because we're stand-up comedians. We always find like multiple angles on everything. So when you're trying to calm yourself, oh, they're there. They paid your ticket. They paid your cover charge. They're there for you. They took out time from their schedule to see you.
Yeah.
They're gonna laugh at your jokes. There's always this part of your mind. But what if they don't?
Yeah, that's why.
What if they?
That's why my therapist hates my guts.
You'll always find a way to like just shatter that confidence,
I
man.
know. You
It's
know what?
crazy.
I mean, that's the nature of being a stand-up
Yeah.
comic. It's a very solitary kind of
Yeah.
existence. At the same time, I mean, you can perform literally for thousands of people, but still, after the gig, you're on your own. man. You know, it's like this is what I do unto myself,
Yeah.
by myself. It's a solitary existence, and you'll always have self-doubt. But then that self-doubt always turns into the creative side, the
Yeah.
creativity of you. You always have to doubt yourself. You should.
Yeah.
It's healthy.
Yeah.
You know, but don't take it too far where you don't. Where
You're
because
able to perform.
That's when
Yeah,
you
yeah.
rely on your support system of
Yeah.
other comics
Yeah,
going
yeah.
through the same kind of, feelings, the same kind of self-doubt, insecurities. Because we're kind of like a lot of us get called, but not all of us get chosen.
Yeah.
And so it's like, don't forget to appreciate that side, especially when you're thinking about the audience. Yeah, if it bombs, you know what, it bombs, but
Yeah.
they're laughing at the other stuff
Yeah.
too. And you're meeting halfway point. You know, they've took out the time. They're spending a little bit of their savings. They got babysitters, and they want to see you.
Yeah.
So you better deliver.
better fucking deliver.
You better deliver
Yeah.
because you don't know who's having the shittiest time of their life
Exactly.
right now.
And they're
you know?
they're relying on this
And they
ticket that they
need
bought.
you.
Yeah.
They need you.
Fuck.
They're looking to you. So that's the humbling
Yeah.
of what we do.
Yeah.
We've been chosen.
Yeah.
So don't forget. Don't let it get to your head.
Exactly.
Don't let it get to your
Yeah.
head. Appreciate it.
There's
That-
always like a humbling
oh yeah,
aspect of what we do.
always, especially during the silence.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, fuck yeah.
nothing louder than silence,
Yeah.
right? On
You know-
stage. Oh my God, that one bombed. Yeah.
You know, one of those things that you're doing the show and you see these people, you're hanging out backstage, openers are doing this set, and then you think of this, oh, there's a really good, current event joke that I want to do
Yeah.
at the start of my set, and nobody gets
Nobody
it.
gets
it's
it.
like a terrible start to your show.
I What's know. also
and you're
great-
doing like 45 an
I
hour,
know.
and like, oh no,
Yeah.
I bombed my
I
first
know.
joke.
I got my A material
Yeah.
all ready to go, but I'm gonna sabotage my show in the beginning by doing something like last night. I was at Wicked Dogs,
Wicked Dogs, yeah.
and I just went up there. Oh my
Yeah.
God! I just like, hey guys, you just got into the country, and I've been working. While I was on the plane, I was working on some new sketch designs for the Pagcord logo.
Yeah.
And apparently it looks more like Hellboy, with the horns and that. That
Yeah, yeah.
just went flat. Oh my God! 'Cause to me it's funny. Oh my God, it does look like Hellboy.
yeah.
Down in hell with the horns.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, I guess
You know what's
I'm-
funny when you're bombing and you see your
You're
comedian
a
friends
Yeah.
laughing.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst.
Okay.
They're not laughing.
No,
Thank
the
you.
late laughter is the worst.
Oh,
Like when you do the joke, a second no reaction, and then another half a second later, your comedian friends start laughing.
Oh my God!
I am
man.
gonna
That
get
makes it
an
really
ass
worse.
kicking.
That is only for my comic buddies. Oh my God!
You see them shaking their heads. Oh
They
no.
just saved me right now. That's a save. All right, tag him. Oh my God,
That's
you
so
know,
hard,
that's
man.
so it's stuff like that. It's like, yeah, don't do that in the beginning.
But I don't know. Like we always like to risk it. Like I'm pretty sure all of the
Especially
materials,
open mics, of
but
course.
all of the AIM material we have now at the start was a risky material. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like we risked it first
Oh, yeah.
before it became like
Yes,
really
of
good.
course.
So I guess that's the
Yeah.
process. I
And
guess.
last night was just like, don't forget, this is open mic.
This
You
is
know,
open.
you don't have to
Yeah.
be great.
Yes, yes, yes.
You're
yes.
just
You're working. Yeah,
workshopping
workshop.
material, and that's just what it was. Because you know, that was my first time to really warm up before
Yeah.
the big show Saturday. I don't want to go up on stage on Saturday cold.
Yeah, that's
I've,
hard.
you know, just what it feels like again to perform for the local
Yeah.
crowd here. It's very different than performing in the States.
Yeah.
So I needed that.
Is there like a key difference between here and there?
You know what? And plus, there's a new scene over here
Yeah.
too. So I had to take the plunge.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
realized like I can't tailor it to myself. No, it's like everyone's got. I mean, there was kids in the audience.
Was it a
Yeah.
packed house in
Yeah,
the
it was
Wicked
pretty
Dogs?
packed. Yeah, it was nice.
On a
you
fucking
know?
Tuesday
Yeah,
night, right?
And a whole bunch of other comics too.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. God, I hated it. It was terrifying. Shit, I have no saliva, guys. I got nothing. My God, I'm dying up here. You know, the physical effects
Yeah.
of just like, no,
Yeah.
I can't.
All right.
Oh, shit. Here
I-
we
I
go.
Side sweats. Oh god. That's like,
Oh, man, I was
am
sweating.
like all the things that I worry about has been validated. Like I feel like, all right, cool. He's going through it.
if Rex Navarrete goes through it, yeah, it's fine.
We're on the right track.
Yeah, never.
I am not insane.
Yeah,
dude.
never stop being nervous, or
Yeah,
you know,
never
never
stop
stop,
being nervous.
doubting.
Yeah.
You know, but you know what? But then when it's good, celebrate it.
Yeah.
Oh, when it's good, it's really good.
Please
No,
don't forget to celebrate
Yeah,
it, because
celebrate
you
it.
know what? You end up like a lot of comics in history that have gone too soon,
Oh yeah.
and they took themselves out.
Yeah.
And nope, if you're at that point, do something else real quick.
Yeah.
Take a break.
Yeah.
Do something else.
Yeah.
Live your
It's
life.
It's a real thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's very much.
Yeah.
We're some of the most fragile
Yeah.
people on earth.
Yeah.
And
You
we're
know?
we're the most we live in our heads.
Yeah.
So we can think ourselves into doing things that are like
Yeah.
terrible.
Oh, we can fix everything.
Yeah.
We're the most sensitive people.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, don't forget to take care of yourselves.
I have like one last inquiry
Mm.
on you. Like, how do you write? Like, do you write as if like you see an observation and you jot it down and then you work on it, or do you have something and then you take it to stage and to see how it pans out, or is it combination?
It's a multiple of
thing, yeah,
ways.
yeah.
You know, most of the time, I'm partially dyslexic. So
Oh, shit.
when I hear words
Yeah.
or visualize a situation, that's a punchline right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
But I haven't written it yet. But the punchline
It's
is
there.
there.
Yeah.
So I write backwards.
Yeah.
You know,
That happens.
write towards it.
Yeah.
But you gotta write from the backwards
yeah.
position. But it's right there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
don't forget that. So I write that
Yeah.
down. You know, because I will forget it
Yeah.
somehow. But sometimes, yeah, that's how
It
I
just
just
comes, right?
go.
Like-
It just reveals itself.
yeah.
You
Then those are the
it's-
best
that's
ones.
that corny, like, let the universe reveal it. You know, sometimes the universe has hooked
It
me
does.
up
Yeah.
with some great bits.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. It's like, thank you. So
Yeah.
let me just write backwards
Yeah.
to get to that punchline,
Yeah.
because that's the pinnacle.
Is there a
of
bit
this
in particular that you give me a bit like it was just like a eureka moment, and when you know one of those bits like when you first thought of it, it's just instantly it's already a tight five, you know,
Oh.
and then
A tight
give me a
five.
bit that you just fucking painstakingly worked.
Oh, wow. I mean, the tight five, those, I don't write 5 minutes.
No, right, fine.
You know, so, but I write 5 minutes, a whole bunch
But you
of
have
them.
you have a long you have long
I
bits,
do long
yeah.
form,
Yeah,
but they're
long.
all made of 5-minute bits.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you could partition them, yeah, those
So
are 5-minute bits.
they're like one of those like long ass things that
Yeah.
you do that
Yeah,
just
yeah.
came at you in
Yeah,
one
yeah.
whole thing.
Yo,
Oh,
yo,
shit.
and then I add on to it.
Oh shit!
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
So the one routine that I keep doing for decades, and I keep adding on to it, is
Yeah.
Brian O'Brien.
Brian O'Brien.
Oh,
yeah.
Brian
That's
O'Brien
the
rules.
shit.
Because the Brian O'Brien routine you heard
Yeah.
on the albums is not the same
This-
one I do now.
yeah, oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude.
Because now Brian is more formulated,
Yeah.
more developed.
Yeah.
Me, my voice in that bit
Yeah.
is more developed. It's like watching a mini film.
Yeah.
And that's the way I like writing
That's
pieces.
such a fucking short movie right
Yeah,
there.
you create a short film
Yeah,
for
yeah.
everyone to visualize.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and that's your. I think that's one of your tools in your toolkit. Is to bring the visualization, because that just makes it more memorable.
Yes.
Because they won't remember the
Oh yeah.
the lines,
The lines no.
but they will remember the image.
yeah,
because
because sometimes when they say it back to you, it's already in their own words.
yeah, the image isn't
But the
not
image,
the
yeah.
words now with the image
Yeah.
and the sound.
Yeah.
So all that stuff has to be
I
delivered.
still have that visual of Magnolia tropical ice cream. And then it's not Rocky Road.
It's not Rocky
Oh
Road.
my God.
It's,
Those are not
It's
marshmallows.
leftover Dinaguan ice cream.
Oh God, that's
Oh
the best.
yes, you know.
Oh,
so
my God.
Yeah, so that's now that bit has now become like a 20-minute
Fuck. That's a long
experience
ass film.
just for that
Yeah.
bit. 20 minutes.
20 minutes, yeah.
You know.
The longest bit I've done is like 15. And that
Oh,
was
so
like
you're
I
on
felt
your
tired,
way.
but I felt tired after that.
I know.
Like, oh my God, what do I do with this?
Well,
Yeah.
you know what?
It's crazy.
You
20
just
that's
do
a
it.
whole feature set.
Yeah, it is. So I got a bunch of 20-minute bits, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, stuff like that where you just keep adding on to it.
Yeah.
You go back to your notes. Oh shit, I'm gonna
Yeah,
add
yeah,
this
yeah.
part.
And then
Yeah.
I got-
If you remember it,
Yeah.
that'll be a great fit.
So
you
when
know?
you're on stage, you think of something because that's where our creative juices are
yeah,
flowing,
yeah,
right?
yeah. That's again, it's all about
And then you build on
adjusting
it.
the tempo.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God,
yeah.
here's that other thing. Here it
Yeah,
comes.
yeah.
You know, and you fit it. You fit it inside.
Oh, my God.
And if it fits
Yeah.
and it makes you smile
Yeah.
and it makes them laugh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
You know, you're doing your job as a writer.
Oh my
You know, because I don't collaborate. Not like you guys. You guys got the luxury of having meetings, you know, and like throwing jokes at
Yeah,
each
but
other.
but I don't like people writing for. I don't know why. Like if people suggest jokes to me, it's like, oh, that
Me
feels
too.
weird.
I don't-
yeah, I don't
okay.
feel like.
All right. All
Yeah.
right. You know, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
But I could like totally go to Andren and say, yo, I'm doing this joke. Do you think it's funny? That's how we collaborate.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess. yeah.
yeah.
No,
Hey,
Red.
It's just like it's like two dudes working on both their cars together.
Yeah.
You know, like hey man,
But less manly.
do you have a, do you have a 10mm socket wrench?
Ah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
I don't know if my measurements
Oh yeah, I
are
get
off.
it. I get it. Yeah.
Hey man, what's up with the manifold here? I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
if these belts are worn out.
Yeah.
You know, that's all. You're just bouncing off ideas, professional to professional.
Yeah.
I don't have that because I don't live in LA.
Oh shit,
and
you are not in the scene.
I'm not
You're
in
in
the
Oregon,
scene. I'm in
right?
Oregon by
Yeah,
myself. I mean,
fuck.
the local scene there, they're like 22 years old. And like, who
They
is this
call you
old
OG.
dude? Oh my God. Like, dude, sorry, I'll just stay home and go online.
Yeah.
And listen to like whatever everyone else is, you know. But I don't have that, you know. Maybe if I lived in LA, there's a lot of comics that I could probably bounce
So
off
entire
of.
scene there, yeah.
You know, we can probably
Yeah.
help each other out, but I don't have that. Or maybe that's just the nature of me being a very solitary kind
Yeah,
of stand-up
maybe.
comic. You know?
And I think that's what's great about stand-up comedy is it's not like a movie where you absolutely need to collaborate with people to get shit out.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, at the very least, if you have something to say, you can say it at a basement bar somewhere,
Yes.
and you can see your idea in execution right away,
That's
just
where
by
we're going,
yourself.
at the
That's,
basement bar.
that's where we're going later.
Yeah,
At the
steam
basement of
that
a
show,
Colonel's.
mate.
Oh yeah, Rex.
Oh my
man,
This was.
thank you so much. I didn't even know that we would have
Thank
you
you, Rex.
here because I knew you had like a guesting in BNO and I think
Yeah,
you'd
man, I
make
wanted
it.
to make it over here.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
You know?
Hell yeah.
I've been wanting to do a show with you. Actually, we should
Yeah.
do a show sometime.
Oh my God.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I'll come back.
Yeah.
I love coming home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right before I get canceled, we should do a show.
Let's get canceled together.
Oh yeah, I would love to get canceled with you. Like it's like Frodo and Sam in Mordor. And in the end, oh, here at the end of all things.
Rex will help you if you get
Are we out of those elven biscuits? No, we have skyflakes. That's all we have. We have skyflakes. Eat this, Frodo.
Hey, Rex Navarrete Navarrete is doing a show on Music Museum on Saturday.
This
Go to-
Saturday, July 22nd.
Seven.
Go to any of our socials. You'll see the details. We promote it in our socials. But go to comedymanila.ph. That's where you can buy the tickets. It's a great lineup. Judd Gregorio, Ryan Puno, Nace Cruz, and got Isa now. Isa Villaverde now
Villaverde.
opening.
Oh my gosh.
That's a great lineup.
Yeah, I'm so happy. This is cool.
This is
you
cool.
know?
It's a cool
Get to-
promote it.
I can be nervous backstage while these other comics
Yeah.
gonna be.
You don't have to
funny.
open for yourself anymore.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Andren, take us away.
Guys, pwede na tayong matulog.
All right.
The views and opinions expressed by the podcast creators, hosts, and guests do not necessarily reflect the official policy and position of Podcast Network Asia, the hosts of the program, or other programs of the network. Any content provided by the people on the podcast are of their own opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything.